Hello my lovelies, welcome back to my channel. This is your girl Angel from Simply Angel Tia. As you can see here, this video is going to be on how to make this skirt. It's a mini skirt that has straps on each side to be able to tie it on each side. And as you can see here, I obviously chose to do the straps in a different color than the actual color of the skirt, just because it makes it pop and it makes it look nicer. It's up to you if you want to do the straps in the same color as you did the full body of the skirt. That is absolutely okay. This is just a preference of mine. Okay, so as you can see here, it looks super cute. It's so pretty, and I'm going to probably be making a few more of this, as I usually do. When I like something, I make a few of them in different colors so I can wear different things and different colors when I go out. Yeah, but this is pretty much the project for today here. It's very simple for you guys who are beginners. This is gonna be something that you'll be excited to make and still looks extremely beautiful and fashionable. So don't waste too much time. I'm gonna show you all the materials that we're using and we can go ahead and get started. Okay, my lovelies, so before we get started, I'm going to show you the materials that I'm using for this project. And as you can see here, I have these two color yarns. The main project is going to be done in this maroon color. I'm just going to be doing stripes, and because we have a tie that goes on each side of our body for the skirt, so this is going to be used for the straps, but this is going to be the majority of the project here. So of course you're going to make it in whatever colors you want. They are both a medium weight number 4, so that's more important. And as you can see here, they are from two different brands, but that's not the matter at all. So I'm not gonna go into details too much of this yarn, okay, except that we're using more of this, and this is just for me to do the straps that go on the side of the skirt, on each side of the skirt. All right, so for the crochet hook size, I'm going to be using a 4.25 millimeter crochet hook. I believe for both of these is a 5.5 millimeter crochet hook recommended for this cream color, and for this one it's 6 millimeter crochet hook recommended. But this is usually because they come with patterns that you can do, so the recommendation of the hook size, oh sorry, it's a 5 millimeter crochet hook, is usually because there's also a pattern that goes with it for you to follow. But I'm going to be using the 4.25 millimeter crochet hook. I have a tape measure here to be able to determine the size, which I'm going to be making a small, and a scissors that we can use to cut our strands. Okay, now that we have everything, let's go ahead and get started. Okay, my lovelies, so we're going to start by doing a foundation chain, and we're working with two panels today. So we're doing a front panel and a back panel. Both panels will be exactly the same, both in length and in width. So this is gonna be a very easy project, like I said. So we're going to be starting with our foundation chain, and we're going to do a slip knot. Let me just zoom in here. So we're going to do a slip knot so we can do a foundation chain, and just like that. And then you're going to do a chain of 50 plus 2, okay? So 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so I have my chain of 50 here, and that's the length of the skirt. So this is going to be the panel that can either be the back panel or the front panel, and this is going to be the part that goes right either on your waist or in the bottom, because it's going to be exactly the same. Now that we have our chain here, we're going to add 2 more for turning chain. So 1, 2. And by the way, you can also start to use your tape measure here, and you do this by measuring your waist, and then based on the actually measuring the widest part of your hip. Is not gonna really do much in this case because it's not like a completely closed in skirt. We have the lace that's gonna be closing the sides, so you may end up having it a little bit wider or a little bit tighter, but this is the section that you would measure the length of your chain. So I have mine at 12 inches, and that is including the chain 2 for the turning chain, so it's probably going to be a little bit 11 3/4. But this is pretty much the part that goes around. So if you want the gap on each side of your body to be too open, then you do this to be a little bit smaller. And if you want it to be a little bit tighter like this, so that the lace kind of goes in a smaller space like this, then you do it a little bit longer. Okay, so this is going to be where you adjust that sizing. Now that you have your chain here, we're going to move on to starting our first row, and we have 1, 2, which is the skipping stitches, so we can work into the third. And you're just going to yarn over, and go in the back of that third stitch and do a double crochet stitch, just like this. Okay, so that's your double crochet stitch. You're going to yarn over, go into the next stitch and do your double crochet, and again you're working in the back of your foundation chain, and you're just going to continue to do this all the way to the end. When you get to the end, come back and I'll show you how to start the second row, which is also going to be our repeat row. Okay, see you guys when you get there. Okay, my lovelies, so I have gone ahead and completed the first row here. So as you can see, very simple, just a row of double crochet. And now we're going to start our second row, which will be our repeat row. And I'm going to do a chain of 2, just like that, and turn. And then we're going to go not in this stitch right here because this is connected to our chain 2, but in the next one we're going to do a double crochet, and you're going through both loops, and then you're going to yarn over, go into the next stitch and do a double crochet stitch, and then you're going to yarn over, go into the next stitch and do a double crochet stitch, and again you continue to do this until you get to the end. So I will have you guys work until you get to the end of this row, where I will show you how to finish off the end, and then this is going to be what you repeat until you get the length of the skirt that you're looking for. But for now, let's finish this row together, and then I will have you guys work for in the rest of the rows so that you can determine the length that you're looking for to have in this. Okay, so see you guys then. Okay, my lovelies, so I have completed my second row. As you can see here, this is how the second row looks like. So nothing complicated at all, just you know, like just a project that is we're using one stitch, which is the double crochet stitch. Okay, now I just wanted to come back to show you guys to make sure to go into this final stitch here, because often, especially beginners, forget to go into the final stitch here and it looks weird. So just make sure you go into that final stitch there and do your double crochet just like that, so that it's nice and even like that. Okay, all right, so this is the repeat here. I'm going to do about 30 to maybe 35 rows of this, and then I'll come and show you guys how it looks like. So this is the time where you determine the length of your skirt. So if you want it depending on how far lower you want it to go, then you'll have to measure and do the number of rows that are consistent with that length. I'm going to do, like I said, probably about 30 to be honest, because I want mine to be more like a mini skirt type of skirt. Well, then we're gonna have like this the two sides, or the two panels, the back panel and the front panel, tied together with like a string on each side. Okay, all right, so again you start here by doing a chain of 2 and turning, and then just continuing to do your double crochet stitches as per usual, and going all the way to the end. When you get to the end, you do your chain 2, you turn, and you repeat this until you have the length. Okay, so I will come back when I have my row of 30 double crochet stitches like this. Okay, see you guys in a bit. Okay, my lovelies, so I have gone ahead and completed 30 rows of the double crochet stitch. So as you can see, this is how it looks like here. So it's not too long at all. It's like I said, I wanted to do mine to be more like a mini skirt as opposed to be a longer skirt. So depending on how you want your skirt to look, whether you want it longer or shorter, then these will maybe a lot longer than what I have here, but this is pretty much the length of mine here. So we're gonna be wearing it like this in this way. Okay, so I've already cut the yarn off here, and then we're ready to start the second panel, which is going to be exactly the same. And for that reason, I'm not going to be showing you guys how to do that. I'm just going to do mine offline, and then when I come back and when you join me back, you will have your second panel like this as well. So you just literally repeat the exact same thing you did for your first panel, and that should take you to making one that is exactly identical with the first panel. Okay, so go ahead and do that. When you have both panels completed, come back and I will show you guys how to do the strap, or I'll do the strap and show you guys how that looks like, and then we'll go ahead and join the two pieces with the strap on each of the sides here. So the straps will go all the way from the top here down to here. Okay, all right, so let's go ahead and do that, and I'll see you guys in a bit. All right, my lovelies, so I have completed my second panel here. So as you can see, I just put one on top of the other. So this is also 30 rows, just like we did for the first one here. And so now I have my two panels for the skirt, and we're going to be joining it on each of the sides here. So to do that, we're going to first weave in the edges here. So we have an edge where our work ended, and we have a string where our work started. So we're going to be weaving those in for both of the panels. And when all of those things are done, what I will ask you guys to do, which I have done when I was after I finished my second panel, is that I created a strap. Okay, so I will quickly explain how to do the strap. And this is, I'm not going to show you guys how to do it because this is something that I do for almost all of my projects. There's always a strap somewhere, one way or another. But I pretty much took the light color that I showed you guys at the beginning of the video, and I did for me here because I wanted to make sure it fits all the way from here to here. When we weave it in, I did 250 chains, and then I went down that 250 chains and did slip stitch down each of the stitches all the way down to create the thickness of the strap. So this is thick like this because I went down and did slip stitches down this. Okay, so I have my two straps here. As you can see, they're exactly identical. Okay, they're here. So I'm gonna go ahead and weave in my ends here. Do the same for yours. Make sure you create your straps, and you can do these as long as you want it depending on the length of your skirt. When you have your both straps, come back, and then I'll show you guys how to put the straps on each of the sides to join the two pieces together, and that will pretty much be the end of our projects. Okay, so go ahead and do that, and I'll see you guys when you get back. Okay, my lovelies, so I have gone ahead and weaved in all of my edges here so we don't have any strings hanging anymore, and we have our two panels together. So now all I'm gonna show you guys is how to use the straps you just completed to make, and you should have two straps, and how to join the skirt on each of the sides. So I will show you guys how to do one, and then of course you guys will finish the other one, as well as I will do the same. So all we're gonna do here is you can either come in from inside like this, or you can go in from the outside. What I will do is I will come in like this and just go straight to the other side like this, so that our strap is just joining the very top of the skirt here. And then what you will do is you will pull the two sides together so that you have equal amount of strap on each of the side here. Okay, so that's important because you don't want to run out of the strap from one side to the other. And now that you have that, you have a choice here to make the straps really close to each other as you go down, or you can create a little bit of a gap. So I'm gonna do mine so I create a little bit of a gap. So what I will do is I'll just count my stitches. I'll go my rows. So 1, 2, in the third row here, I'm going to a fourth from the bottom, but third from where I don't have any, because the very first row we have here is where we put the first the strap to come through. And then I'm going to skip 1, 2, and in the fourth I'm going to bring the strap from the opposite side here and put it on this side, and you're gonna go from the inside. Okay, you're gonna go from the inside of your skirt like this, and make sure you're not pulling so much that you start to make the other side shorter. And then on this side you do the same, 1, 2, and the third one here, which is fourth from the top, you pull it from the inside as well, and you're going to create like an X kind of thing looking here. And then you're going to take this side, you're going to go 1, 2, and the third, you're going to make a gap, and you're just making a gap between your first every stitch on each side. So as you know, our double crochet stitches have very wide gaps here, so you're just going to use the first gap to put your strap in. So you're going to do this side, then of course you're going to bring the other side to overlap with it, 1, 2, 3, and in this third stitch down from the first one, from this one you're gonna do the same, and as you will see, you will create another X here, and then you will use this again to go 1, 2, 3, and in the third space you're going to bring your strap through, and then you're going to bring this one through here as well. So 1, 2, 3, and then in the third one there is where you bring your strap. So you're skipping 2 rows every time, and in the third you put your strap. So your strap should look something like that. Okay, so I'm gonna let you guys go ahead and continue doing it all the way to the bottom here, and when you have, I will do the same with mine. I will come back so I can show you how it looks like before I can have you guys do the other side on your own using the second strap that we made. Okay, so go ahead and finish going all the way down, and I will meet you guys when you get there. Okay, my lovelies, so as you can see here, I have pretty much weaved in my strap all the way down the side of the skirt, as you can see here. Now, for the end here, I didn't go all the way to the end, but if you wanted to put one at very end here, then you will just bring the strap on this side here and put it all the way down in the bottom of the stitch here, and then you will do the same for the opposite side. I have chosen to leave mine like this so that I can then use the remaining of the strap here to tie it after it's on my body. Okay, so this is pretty much how this should look like. If I just open the whole thing like this, by the way, it just joins two pieces like this for now. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and refold it back to how we had it so we can work on the other side. So this side is done, so we're gonna work on this side. And by the way, you would have done the strap, and if you wanted to do the straps in the same color, that's a choice as well. I just wanted to do the straps in this much lighter color so that it pops, because the maroon color here is a little bit on the dark side. Okay, all right, so I'm gonna go ahead and weave in the strap the same as we did this side, but on the opposite side here. And when I have both the straps put in, I'm gonna come back to show you guys how that looks like. Okay, so go ahead and do the same for yours, and then rejoin me when you're done. Okay, my lovelies, so I have gone ahead and put the straps all the way down. So as you can see, we just have enough here for being able to tie our skirt and making it nice and pretty in the bottom here on each side. So I haven't done that yet, just to show you guys how it looks like when it's not tied. As you will see at the beginning of the video, I showed how it looks like when you tie it and when it's actually on me or on Megan, which is my mannequin that I call Megan. Yeah, so this is pretty much how it looks like. So this would be the top of your skirt here. This is where you would wear it on top. And if it is a little bit loose, you can pull the straps a little bit tighter on each side and go as you go down so that it tightens the waist here. The other option that you have is obviously at the beginning to do it a little bit smaller. So maybe a couple of stitches smaller, and that would make it so that it's more snatched on top. But everybody will do this at their own size. Obviously, this is a small that is meant for my size. So if you are much smaller than that, then you would have to make the number of chains we started off to do the project. You will have to make that a little bit shorter. So we did 50. It's probably possible that you could do about 45 or so. Okay, all right, so this is pretty much it. So both sides look exactly identical, so you can wear these either way. So there's no back or front side that is a little bit different. It just looks exactly the same. Okay, so that is pretty much the end of the project here. It's very simple, meant for you guys, my lovelies out there who are beginners, who are looking to do something simple. This is meant for you. So thank you again for watching the video to the end. And if you have not yet subscribed, as per usual, please go ahead and subscribe. Like the video, give it a thumbs up, and give me any comments if you have any questions. Okay, the comment section below, you can type up a message and I will receive it and respond to you. Okay, thank you so much again, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.